Hi, guys, and welcome to Finish It Friday, episode 166. Oh, wait, my board's a little crooked. There we go. How are you doing? All right, so you know from my Wednesday video that I did everything last minute. Well, this Friday one is kind of going to be along the same way, so sorry about that. I really feel like I used up my creativity on the two examples, so I'm not really sure what I have left for today's card, but we'll try something. So first thing I'm going to get some blends to do this background, because I feel like I don't want to put a background on there. I mean, I do, but I don't. I just feel like with how different these colors are, that any background I put on there is going to kind of take away from that. So I'm just going to do a speckled background, or maybe, oh, you know what do I have instead of, let's use this splotchy background from Swirl Designs. How about that? Or maybe this, because we're so straight up and down. Yeah, let's use one of those. How about that? Let me grab that out. I will link the video to this introducing video and the examples video for this. But let's go ahead. Do I want to use, I'm trying to think if I want to use the lines or the splotches. I think I want to use the splotches. All right. So let's go ahead, and I think I want to do those tone on tone. So since this is basic beige cardstock, let's get my basic beige pad. And it might be too dark, but let me see. I'm going to do this on the back just to see if I go first generation. Nope, that looks all right. So we'll just keep it on this side. How about that? We're just going to do some background, just not going, as you see, I'm doing some half twists, half turns. So you can do this with any speckled like background you have. I have one from Gina K that I keep on my desk pretty much non-stop. But I love this speckled background also from Stampin' Up. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll put that over there. So now we have a little bit of a, ooh, I need to put some there. There's a little bit of a, oh, it doesn't really matter because that's going to be going there anyway. All right, so now I'm thinking with this, I want to use these from Friendly Foliage. So, and I'm going to stamp them in a green, and I think I want to do, I don't want to do, I mean, I feel like I should do that straight up and down, but then you're committed. So I think I'm going to do the curly ones. Just so I have some leeway for error. So let's go ahead and grab those two. We have this one. And, oh, the other one's on a long string. Yeah, we'll just use this one. How about that? And then I'm going to grab out one of my block A's. Yes, not available anymore, but if you have a small acrylic block like this, it's going to work. All right. And I'm going to get a very light green. So I think I'm going to go with Soft Seafoam. I think I used this recently on another video. I don't use Soft Seafoam very often. So what I'm going to do is just put some little leaves going up the side. Again, we're turning. And we'll get one right in there. I feel like I have to have one right there. All right. All right, so let's put that over there. All right, so I feel like this is coming together. So I'm going to go ahead and take my seal. I'm going to put you down. Now this feels weird. I found it's Seal. It's not Seal Plus. I found a couple of these when I was cleaning out a drawer. I found a couple that were stuck away in a drawer. So let's go ahead and let's leave a nice little border there. All right, there you go. Now, and I usually don't use so many different stamp sets in one card, but like I said, I struggled with this, so I'm going to use this You've Been on My Mind in here. And that I'm going to do in black. Get good inking on that. Let's bring this down so the card's straight. And I'm going to do this flush right because I'm going to put some embellishments on this piece. All right, and my embellishments are going to be, I think, the Faceted Gems Trio. No, those may be a little too busy. Let's not do that. I want something a little less busy. Let's use the Charming Shimmer Faceted Dots. Because even though these are blue, when you put them on the green, they're going to look more black. So I feel like that's good. Yeah, I have 9 million embellishments, and why can't I do a green like it? I just can't think right off the top of my head right now of a green embellishment that would go well. So let's do that. All right, and then also from this bundle, the Words of Beauty bundle, we had the dies. So I already had these made up, and since I'm on a little bit of a struggle bus today, we're going to use this for the 2 other boxes. I have something stuck on the bottom of that one, sorry. So let's go ahead and let's get our lineup how we are doing it. And on that we were flushing everything towards, we were doing a flush left towards that. So I think this needs to be a little more centered like that. And let me get out my multi-purpose glue in a precision tip bottle. And let's get some glue on there. I'm going to let it sit just a second so it gets a little more tacky. If you wanted to pop up here with a dimensional, you could. I'm just going to go straight to it. Get my tweezers again. All right, I haven't glued this down yet because I want to make sure I like the placement. So if I like the placement there, put a block on just to help with that drying. And we had that there. We have this here. This one, I think I want to angle this one. No, because everything else is so straight left and right. We'll go ahead and go over. We don't want to go over the edge of this card because that may interfere when you put it in the envelope. All right, so now let's glue this one down. And we want to get a little bit close. I just want that to barely touch that lavender, lilac, whatever that is, piece. Maybe I'll pop this one up. All right, so here's my dimensionals that I have applied the packing tape to the back of it so it holds onto those papers, covers. What are those things called? So that way I don't have to pick the backings off. They're just ready to go and the backings are stuck on that packing tape. All right, so let's do this now. I think that looks good up and down. And then let's go ahead and do this last one here. Oh, the because is already stuck on there. It's already glued on there. So let's just go ahead then and take that. And let's just do a little bit like that. Just have a little thin border there. That way you have that separation between the cardstock and the edge of the card. Oh, wait. That looks a little crooked. That is a little crooked. All right. Let me go ahead. Let me bring it down here so I can kind of see my lines. There we go. Much better. That green might be a little high too, but I'm leaving it the way it is because it is a Roxy original. All right, let me put some of this away over here so we can do a review of the other two cards. All right, so here's the one we just did now. I said I'll try to remember to attach those other videos. All right, now let's talk about Roxyism. This was supposed to be like this, but look what I did. So I decided to do it this way because cardstock is pretty easy if you have the glue on there to get, like I use an old Cricut paddle to get under there. But since I'd already glued down this designer series paper and it's so much thinner, it was going to rip if I brought it up. And I tried in the corner here and it was starting to rip. So I decided, hey, let's just do it upside down. So here is that. This is that gorgeous DSP that I've been using a lot of, and I guess I need to look to see if it's still available so I can order some more. But that's that Elegant Pine Snowflakes. Just absolutely love that DSP. And these are two different ones. You see this one has the pines in it. This one has more of the flowers. And I covered up the flower under here. Okay. This card is giving you a sneak peek of what I'm doing tomorrow on my, oh, see, there's that. See how It looks the same, but the backings are different. See, this has more snowflakes in it. This has more of the pines. All right. So this last card, I'm doing a sneak peek of what I'm showing tomorrow on my introducing video. And then, of course, we'll do the examples on Sunday. Hope, Joy, and Love. This is $1 million sales achiever. I think it's Evie, DiPiazza. She's been around for a while, so I'm surprised that she's just hit her $1 million. I'll never hit $1 million. I'm barely over 150,000. All right, anyway, here's the card I did with that set. So this, I used Versamark and clear embossing powder. Here I used Versamark and the white embossing powder. But there's all those little pieces from this stamp set. So yeah. Oh, and this was that last piece. That's this piece. And it's cut up into 3 to make those little strips. And this strip I cut down a little bit because I didn't like it going as long as it was. It was the same length as the joy, and I kind of wanted a little eye distraction, so I cut it down even more. All right, so there you are, guys. There's our episode for 166. Please give me that thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't hurt you, and it helps me get my video out to other simplistic type stampers like myself. Have a great Friday. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.